with Ros Emely. How are all of you guys doing today? I hope all of you guys are doing super good and ready to make 4 easy, quick, delicious Mexican recipes to celebrate Cinco de Mayo. That is this Wednesday. We're gonna be making Mexican rice, steak fajitas, guacamole, and agua fresca de sandia, or like agua fresca watermelon. Super good, super delicious, super quick. My kids ate everything. I loved it. Hope you guys love it too. And let's get started with the Cinco de Mayo recipe so you guys can make it as well. Hey guys, so let's start with our jitomate sauce, which is the red sauce for the rice. Over here I have 3 tomatoes cut in half, cilantro. Typically they don't use cilantro, but I love cilantro. We're also gonna add 3 garlic cloves and 2 chicken bouillon cube, half a teaspoon of cumin powder, and white onions. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna add all these ingredients together into the blender. And make sure you wash your vegetables before using. Alrighty, and now we're gonna add 1 cup of water. For this recipe, for the rice recipe, I am using 3 cups of water, so this is the first cup of water that I'm gonna be using. Now we're gonna cover, put a lid on, and blend away. And here it is, my beautiful sauce. It's so delicious. Now let's continue with the rice, with this Mexican or Spanish rice recipe. In my pot, I'm gonna add 3 tablespoons of avocado oil, and I am gonna add 2 cups of rice. What we're gonna do, we wanna cook this for a little bit. We wanna toast it, make sure it has some color in it for a couple of minutes, for about 5 to a couple minutes. I'm gonna show you right now how it looks. And here it is. As you can see, the rice has color. And now we're ready to add our sauce. Look at the rice. Let's add our red sauce. Everything in the pot. Look how good. And we're gonna mix, and we're also gonna add the rest of the water. So we're gonna add 2 cups of water. So in total, we added 3 cups of water. Now I'm gonna add a tablespoon of tomato sauce, just that the color, the red color, can really enhance in the rice. Now we're gonna mix. We're gonna let this cook for about 5 to 8 minutes. So as you can see, my rice is beginning to boil, or the water. We're gonna mix. We're gonna lower the heat to low. We're gonna cover it up and cook this rice for 30 minutes. We're gonna cook the rice for 30 minutes at low. And here it is, our delicious Mexican rice. Super quick, fluffy, delicious. Guys, you have to make it. Now let's get started with our delicious steak fajitas. So over here I have ribeye steak. I just cut it into strips. And I also cleaned my steak with vinegar, and then I washed it off. So as you can see, nice and strip. You can use any type of steak, just cut it into strips. And now we're gonna start seasoning with half of an orange juice, as well as the juice of half a lime. We're gonna add 2 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce, 1 tablespoon of soy sauce, a pinch of ground black pepper, a pinch of cumin powder, and half a tablespoon of salt or to taste, as well as 1 teaspoon of paprika powder. And guys, that's about it. We're gonna mix very well, making sure all of the flavors and ingredients are well incorporated into our steak. And now we are ready to cook. So in my pan, I added 2 tablespoons of avocado oil, and now we're gonna add our delicious steak. Here you go. So we're gonna let this cook for about 8 minutes, and we're cooking this at medium-high heat. So after the 8 minutes, you can see there's so much flavor and the stock that the beef released, this delicious juice, right? This is what's gonna make our steak cook and be nice and tender. So we're gonna continue to cook this for about 20 more minutes. You can add water if you see that the steak is beginning to dry up. Just add more water and continue to cook. So after the 20 minutes, what I did is add a little bit more water, and now we're gonna add our fajita vegetables, which is white onions and green and orange bell peppers. So good. We're just gonna mix this up. We're gonna lower the heat to medium and cook this for about 10 more minutes. And here you go, our delicious steak fajitas is done. Quick and easy, delicious and tender. Give it a last mix and set it aside for a delicious agua fresca, watermelon agua fresca. So here I have my fresh watermelon. It's so good for the summer. I love it. What I'm doing is just cutting into cubes and adding it to my blender. And now we're gonna add water, and I'm adding about half of the blender. So I'm adding water up to half of the blender. And now we're gonna put a lid on and blend away. So over here I have my strainer, I have my pitcher, and we're gonna add our agua fresca into the strainer. This took me about 30 minutes to do because the strainer is super small, as you can see. So I'm just gonna fast forward so you guys can see the end result. So here is my delicious watermelon agua fresca. What we're gonna do now is add 2 tablespoons of sugar. We're gonna add lots and lots of ice, and basically that is it, and a few lemon rounds. That is it, guys. Super delicious, refreshing. I mean, we love this so much. And another way you can use watermelon. Here it is, my delicious Mexican agua fresca, watermelon agua fresca. Now the last recipe we're gonna do is guacamole. And this guacamole is super easy because my kids do not like the onions or the cilantro in the guacamole, so I'm just doing this very simple. So in my little plate right here, I'm gonna add 2 avocados. Now we're gonna add lime juice, just a little bit, and a pinch of salt. Guys, that is it. Now we're gonna mash it with a fork to your liking, to your consistency. And here is my delicious guacamole. Guys, are you ready to see this 4 Mexican recipes for Cinco de Mayo? We got our Mexican rice, our Mexican steak fajitas. We have a guacamole with chips, and our delicious and refreshing agua fresca. Hope you guys enjoy. Hope you guys can celebrate Cinco de Mayo with your family and friends with delicious food as well. I'll see you on my next video.